Hi everyone, and welcome back to Kimball's Comfort Kitchen. And today we're going to do fondue, specifically Fondue Bourguignonne. There are two other main types. One is Savoyard, which is cheese fondue, which comes from Savoie, not originally from Switzerland, but from Savoie in France. It's close, but the Swiss have adopted it. Now there are going to be a lot of comments on that, but it's true. The other one is Fondue Chinoise, which is Chinese fondue, and that's done in a broth. And then the Bourguignon, which is done in oil. I use safflower oil with lard to bring up the temp on the oil so it cooks faster and better. And I've made this one deluxe. The original is just basically, Bourguignon is referring to just cubes of beef. I've added a lot of other extras to it to make it deluxe. So I've got different types of vegetables. I have a batter. I do pigs in a blanket. And I do about 5-6 different sauces as well. And you can change these sauces up. That's the fun part about it. If you've got a specific type of sauce that you'd like to use as a dipping sauce, by all means, check it out, try it out. I've got some basics that I like, but doesn't mean that you're constricted to doing those. You can just use your imagination. That's what makes it so much fun. Anyway, the other part is that I like about the fondue is that I just do my prep work, and once the prep is done, I get to sit at the table with everybody else and cook along with everybody else. I'm not stuck behind the stove. It's very communal, great winter days, but also, you know, sometimes we do it in the summer. Not as much, but in the winter it's awesome. You got some friends, you want to have a long chat, have a cocktail, some wine, and Bob's your uncle, if he is. Anyway, let's get started, and I'll show you the deluxe version of Fondue Bourguignonne. Psych, I forgot one of the most important parts before we get started. Sorry about that. And I didn't want to redo the whole first part again, so I'm just going to add this on afterwards. So the other thing I forgot to mention is the equipment. So you can do the old-fashioned ones, which is an open flame with sterno. It fits underneath the fondue pot. But I find those, some people like them because it gives a more consistent heat, whereas I prefer the electric fondue without the sterno because I don't like the smell. And some say it's not quite as consistent in heat, but not so much as I would even notice. So my recommendation is that you go out, if you don't already have one, and get an electric fondue pot. They're not that expensive, and they're easy to clean, and they last forever. Okay, now we can get going. All right, so here's what it looks like to start with. I've got the lard and the vegetable oil in the pot, and now I'm going to plug it in and heat it up. Oh, I should also mention, I use those two rivets on the side to know exactly how deep I want it to go, which is about 3/4 in the pot. All right, so this is what it looks like naked. We've just got the basic accoutrements out there. We got the side plates, very important because that's where all the raw food goes. And I know we're only going to be 3 tonight, but we decided to go big, go home. We've got 2 electric pots. We just don't want to wait. We're too impatient. You could actually do 4 per if you wanted to. Or 3 would be optimal, but we're doing almost 1 each. Anyway, there we go. And a glass of red waiting to be drunk. So let's get back to it when we have the table set. Okay, kids. This is sort of an overview here. Now that you notice the 2 fondue pots are out of the way, but that's only because I need the space to show you what we're going to do. So we got some veggies. You can see that. It's self-explanatory. I poached the pearl onions ahead of time because we're going to put those in batter. Same with the broccoli. Actually, same with all the veggies. They're going to go in batter. It's all good. These are croquettes in a ball, which I made earlier with mashed potatoes. This is kind of different, and I'll show you how that works later. I don't even know whether this is going to work. Normally we just do small potatoes, like new potatoes, and cut them in half and throw them in the pot for some starch. And here are the sauces. So Thousand Island, we've got horseradish, we've got a mustard sauce, we've got curry, jalapeno jelly. That's the batter. Pigs in a blanket with smoked sausages. All right, top sirloin, and of course the oil. So that's how it looks before the debacle. Okay, So here we go. We've got the oil is up to temp, but I'm going to throw in some bread. And you might ask, why would you throw in bread? Well, the reason we throw the bread in is because it reduces splatter. Okay? When you've got that in and you throw in something that's got some moisture in it and all the rest of it, it's all good. So just trust me, that's the way it goes. So the palette is Thousand Island horseradish, mustard, curry, jalapeno jelly, and I really, really like horseradish. So I've got it twice, but nobody else does. The other thing that's important here is that we keep all our raw food on the side plate so that it doesn't contaminate this plate. So we take this, put it into there. Once it's cooked, then we take it here and then we eat it. These are little, what do you call them?
Croquettes.
Oh yeah, these are round croquettes. Thank you very much, Jillian. So we've got some croquettes we're going to try out. I've never done this before. We're going to see how they work out. All right, so here we go. A little bit of beef. Oh, listen to that sizzle. Listen to that sizzle. And away we go. We're off to the races. Did I mention about the batter? Don't forget about the batter. We're using the batter for all the vegetables. And by the way, when you take your fork and you dip it in the batter, make sure it's totally drained. I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay. And here's the way to do the batter. Make sure you swirl it around, make sure you drain it off. You do not want excess batter because all it's going to do is float around in the oil and bog things up. There we go. And when you put it in, don't just drop it in. Give it a couple of seconds to set in the oil. There you go. And you're done. All right. So this is my pearl onion with batter. And that's going here to rest with all my guys. You know what? That's it for now. I am going to start to eat. So here we are in the aftermath. The painter's palette is completely destroyed. We have some croquette here that's done. Very croquette-ish. Cooking a bunch more stuff. We're almost finished, but you get the idea. At the end of the day, oh, we need more potatoes in there, don't we? I think we do. We've been falling down. But I hope you get the idea on this whole thing. And we're pretty full and we're pretty drunk at this point, so talk to you later.